Ah, ah, hi. Hi, Nikendo. Hello, Lecky. Hang on, I need to. Hang on, let me. I had my chair a little bit lower because I thought maybe that would be more comfortable. Okay, maybe this. My mic is too high up now. Maybe that's better. I don't know how to set anything up. I got a real job and now I forgot how to stream. Hi, I hope everyone had a good week. My first week at my job. Let's go. Let's freaking go. It was fun. It was actually really fun. I enjoyed myself a lot. I got really good vibes from everyone there. I actually didn't mention this. I found this out after my on-site interview when I went in and went to the company building and did an interview there. But the day after, one of my old friends who I did research with at during my PhD, she texted me and she was like, "Oh, by the way, did you interview at this company? Because that's where I work and that's the team I'm on too." And apparently they were like talking about the interview, and she heard them talking about the interview and they mentioned, "Oh, they worked at this university in this department." And she was like, "Oh, was this Junie from this lab?" And they were like, "How the hell did you know that?" And she was like, "Oh, we worked together." It's crazy. Not even like we hadn't spoken since like 2023, because that's when she graduated and left, because she had been doing her master's thesis in my lab, but we ended up at not only the same company, but in the same division, which is crazy. Which is crazy because she just transferred to that division too. She only transferred into this division like a few months ago, which is so crazy. So I already have a work friend, and she moved pretty close to my house too. So I was like, oh my god, we should definitely hang out. So I have a built-in work bestie, which definitely helped a lot, right? Like knowing that I already knew one person going in helped a lot. And it also helps a lot just getting comfortable with everyone, because I'm like comfortable with her, you know? Although I'm okay at making friends, I feel like. But no, everyone's been so nice. It's been really chill. I have a cubicle. I have a big ass cubicle with tons of space. It's like a, when you want, there's like three, besides the like opening of the cubicle, there's like three desks basically along the edges of the cubicle, and then there's like some cabinets and stuff. I get 2 monitors. Technically I have 3 because I plug the laptop in and I use the laptop as a 3rd monitor. So I have 3 monitors and a standing desk, like one of the ones where you press the buttons and it moves up and down. It's very fancy. And the laptop's pretty nice too, but I'm not allowed to bring it home, so I just leave it at work. But the nice thing about having to leave the work laptop at home is that I'm uncontactable after work hours. You cannot get in touch with me once I clock out, which is beautiful. Yeah. I don't know, the lab is so cool. It's really cool having all this like high-tech equipment that I'm not used to having. Because academic labs are all broke, and ours was pretty old and kind of crusty, and we also like, we didn't have a lot of money. The lab wasn't that well funded, and we were pretty small, so we didn't have a ton of resources. So it's really like industry is really nice that way. Everything's much more organized in industry, which is very nice for me. It's easier to keep track of stuff. What else? I've been eating lunch at the company cafeteria. You can buy lunch and it's really tasty. And it's cheap. It's like partially, like, I'm assuming the costs are like partially subsidized, but lunch is like $5 a day, which is really nice. So, and then Fridays lunch is free, so today I got my lunch for free. But yeah, they have like sandwiches. So let's see, let me see, they have like an app you can order from. I don't have it on. I have it on the phone with hang on. Tracking is gonna go away for like 2 seconds while I check the app. No, keep my current location, order history. Let's see. So I got, for $4.95, I got a po' boy and chips. And then the next day I got, for $5.15 I got a beef cheesesteak sandwich with chips, with house-made chips. And then I could have added a soup for like $1.75. What was on the po' boy? It was shrimp. It was like fried shrimp, tomato, lettuce, and chipotle mayo. It was a pretty simple po' boy, but it was yummy. And the free house-made chips. Hi, Rem. Hi, Jake. Hi, Bean. I don't think I said hi to Bean. But yeah, I'm just talking about my first week at work. and how I think it went pretty well. Yay! How was your first week? It was good. I met everyone. I got in the lab. Actually, they've started to let me do some lab stuff, which is really fun. So I've been doing like sampling, which is like, we work with bioreactors, which is basically like we're cooking some cells up, right? And so every morning we take some samples of the cells to just kind of like take some measurements to see how they're doing. And yeah, it's fun. Soup. We're cooking up some cell soup. Cell culture is basically just forbidden soup. Do you have the disposables? Yeah, we have the 2 liters are disposables. So we have 250 mil, which is like the high throughput. Yeah, we have the 250 mils, which is the high throughput like testing. I think they're 250 mils. And then we have the 2 liter, which is the disposable ones. And then the 10 liter glass ones. And then we have a 50 liter and like a 200 liter. But we aren't running those right now. We're just running, we're running 2 liters. They're the disposable ones. But yeah. What have I done? I've done sampling, learning data entry with the convoluted their convoluted ass Excel spreadsheets. Other cell culture stuff, passaging. I helped make medium, which is like the cell food. It's cell food. It's the soup. It's the broth. But yeah, the team is all really nice. I have a lot of online trainings I need to get done. I got through, I want to say like a solid 12 of them this week in like the pockets of free time I had, but there's a lot. What else? I don't know. It was a good week. It was a good week. It was nice to get back in the lab. Everyone was really nice. It was nice to leave the house and interact with people IRL again. It's nice to make friends / reunite with an old friend. And I'm excited, and of course can't wait to get paid. I've been like setting up I set up my direct deposit today, but I heard that payroll is kind of slow, so I might get a paper check for my first check anyway, so we'll see. I set up some tax stuff. I still need to finish setting up like my insurance and my 401k, adult stuff. I'm gonna have a 401k. That's crazy. What a time. Now being the time that I'm getting my first ever 401k is also kind of funny. That's normal, TBH. It always takes a bit for direct deposit to set up. Yeah, to be fair, I think it took me like over a year to get around to setting up direct deposit at my PhD. Because I think it like I tried like twice and it didn't work correctly, and I was like, fuck this, I'll take the paper checks, and I just ignored it for like months. I was like, this sucks. I hate it here. I think I sent the wrong... They told me I sent them the wrong routing number, but I don't think it was the wrong routing number. I think they messed up. And then finally, after like a year, I finally set up direct deposit and it worked properly, which is nice because direct deposit is very convenient. Although, like, I don't know, these days paper checks aren't that bad these days, I feel like. Because you can just take a picture on your phone and upload it that way. Although in that case, it's like it might take it'll like take a day or two to show up in your account depending on when you upload it. So that's kind of annoying. I don't know. At least I don't have to take it to the bank, right? But yeah, I'm an adult. I'm a working adult. Ah. I don't have to wake up crazy early, at least. I've been waking up at about like 7. I wake up at 7. I leave the house at 7:30. I get to work at like 8ish. OMG, working tiger now. Working tiger now. Science tiger. I'm back in my science tiger era. It's my first time back in the lab since like January 2024, I think is when I stopped working. So it's been over a year of no lab time. I kind of missed it. I like pipetting and stuff. It's fun. Love bench work. Which kind of like, if I stay in this line of work and I end up getting promoted, that just means I get less lab time, which is kind of sad to me. I get less fun. I get paid more, but I get less fun lab time and I have to do more paperwork instead. Which sucks. I don't like that. But I'd put up with it for higher pay, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I'm waiting for my first paycheck to come in before I start, because I want to set up a budget, because I do still have to pay off my student loans, especially now because I'm working. Back when I was a PhD student, if you're a student, they're on pause. So back when I was doing my PhD, I was an idiot and I wasn't really thinking about I wasn't paying them because I'm stupid. Don't do that. But I still need to figure out, like, I don't know what my paycheck is gonna come out to. Listen, I know it's bad to pretend that they didn't exist. I didn't owe any money on them, so I just ignored they weren't accruing. I didn't owe any money on them and they weren't accruing interest, so I just ignored. Which is stupid. I could have just spent a little less money on Grubhub and chipped away at those loans so much and still like spent money on fun things if I had just spent a little less money on Grubhub. Delivery apps? I think delivery apps are evil. I think they're the devil, actually. Like, I feel like the worst thing you can do to your finances is develop a delivery app addiction. It's the worst. It sucks so bad. Well, better not to ignore them now with the current state of things. Oh, absolutely. Oh my god, I've been paying them off for a little while. You were in a city? Just walk into the place. Shut up! I'm not listening. I'm not listening. Or play gacha games like me. See, I'm probably gonna start spending a little bit of money on gacha games, but I might not. But the thing is that like being free to play for so long, because I was free to play, while I was unemployed. Duh. I was free to play. I was like forcefully free to play while I was unemployed, and it kind of made me. I feel like it's more fun. I don't know. It's fun in its own way. Also because, but then also I don't care as much about the meta. I'm starting to care a little more about the meta now, but I mean, I kind of just like I like working with the characters I have too. It's a fun challenge, and I'm okay with not completing everything. I love meta, but I also play who I want. Yeah, meta's fun. Meta, getting the meta is fun. Top example, zero regrets getting Sunday for Jingyuan. Because they're so fun to play. I love my Jingyuan Sunday combo wombo. I love them so much. I just stick them in random teams. It's not even like I have a team centered around them. I just stick them in random teams and they do their thing. I got the actual number of money I spent recently since I started playing gachas and I wanted to cry. Ugh. I don't even want to... Since I started playing... Ugh. I don't want to think about that. One of these days I need to total up the money I've spent on Star Rail back when I wasn't even whaling, but back when I was getting every single 5-star. Teehee. I'm unfortunately re-downloading Genshin. My condolences, like Albedo is here. Oof. Ah. It do be like that. Maybe I should, if they, one of these days I want to try playing Genshin again. I think it would be if I get a computer that can handle streaming Genshin, because there's no way my laptop can handle Genshin right now. There's no way. But if I ever get a computer that can handle streaming Genshin, I would like to try a new account just because I would like to see I would like to see what it's like being a new Genshin player in 2025. I feel like it sucks. I might just focus on getting treasures and Oculus. I see. Exploring is fun. I do like exploring in Genshin. And like Wuwa has kind of been scratching that exploration itch for me. I like Wuwa. I tried that a few months ago and I hated it. Yeah, it sounds awful, but I think it might be fun to do for content. Just because I feel like it would be nostalgic for everyone. I miss Mondstadt. I liked Mondstadt so much. I want to go back. Take me back to Mondstadt, and then I speed ran Liyue. Because I wanted to catch up to Inazuma. And I feel like I didn't savor it. And I would like to go back and redo it. And then I barely got through any of Inazuma. So I'd be experience all that story for the first time. And I did hear that Fontaine is deaf for streaming. It'd be fun. Yeah, I feel like it'd be really fun. I feel like it would be so fun. I bet there will be YouTubers, if they ever like finish the story, there will be YouTubers like seeing how Genshin speedrunning. Genshin speedrunning would kind of go crazy. How fast can you unlock every region? How fast can you get through every region? Because like the story stuff you can skip. How fast can you get through every region? And how fast do they do speedrunning for like how fast you can 100% a region? I know Sora goes crazy. Stuff is AR locked though, right? Yeah, that would be part of it, right? How fast can you have to optimize how you get through how you gotta power through. And you'd probably have to do hacks. You'd probably have to either piece together different days, or you could get would you be able to do some days? Some way? Maybe one day. You sound insane. I love being crazy. Oh, ad starting soon. I think it would be fun. Okay, let me drink my tea. Let me calm down. Don't you think it would be fun? Stares at you. Speedrunning gacha games is just so funny to me in concept. I want people to do it for my amusement. It's impossible because like gachas you have to like do daily logins, but one of these days you just find a way to you just basically just emulate offline Genshin and then you just speedrun it. I wonder, I'm sure there are like people have like records of like who was the fastest to explore different regions, right? There's probably different. I feel like that's relatively straightforward. I don't know, getting through all the puzzles, there's like pathing to get all the chests and stuff as quickly as possible. I feel like this. I don't want to speed run because I'm silly and don't like to suffer, but I like watching other people suffer. Sorry, this is just the spreadsheet part of my brain, like, going insane. Yeah, do we just want to yap today? I don't know what to do today. I know, I have plans for the weekend. I want to stream Star Rail tomorrow, because I still need to do story. Well, no, it was news story. I haven't started the news story. Yeah, I haven't started it. I'm so far behind. And then Zenless has news story too. It dies. But I want to do. Hi, Andy. How are you? I hope you're well. Happy Friday. We made it through the week. We made it through the week, and I can finally say that actually having worked this week and not just chilling at home. And HSR story so long. It's long again. I'm gonna die. It's fine. We'll do a long stream tomorrow. It's fine. We'll do what we can. How was work? It was good. I've been really enjoying work so far. I mean, we'll see how it goes, but the vibes are really good so far. I like the work itself. I like the work itself. I like my coworkers. I like my manager. I like my cubicle. I like the cafeteria. I guess the only complaint I have is that the commute is a bit long, but it's not even that long. I'm like whining about like a 20 to 30 minute commute, depending on 40 minutes maybe, depending on traffic. But yeah, so much for listening to feedback, HSR devs. Real. I can't believe it's super long again. I'm so good. It's fine. We'll do a long stream tomorrow. And next week I do want to try streaming during the week. Next week, hopefully. On some days I want to go to the gym, but I might do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I go to the gym after I get home from work, and then Tuesday, Thursday I stream. Thoughts? But they'd probably have to be pretty short streams because I get up at 6:45 to 7. I usually set my alarm for like 6:45 and then I snooze it twice and get up at 7. So I should probably go to bed at about I've been aiming to go to bed at around like 12. So I could probably squeeze a 2-hour stream in there as long as I'm like efficient. No one is bullying you, right? No. Well, my one friend, we were friends before the job. We actually we met while I was at my PhD. She was doing her master's thesis at my lab, and we coincidentally ended up at the same company, in the same division, in the same work group, which is crazy. But she teases me for being short, but that's fine. Everyone does that. I do that to myself. It's really funny. I support gym session. Yeah, I gotta get back on that grind. We're paying for a gym membership. I'm not. My parents are paying. My mom is paying for a gym membership, so I should use it. But this week I really wanted to give myself to get adjusted to working, right? To like spending 8 hours at work and then like probably like an extra hour commute time added to that, so like 9 hours away from home. So I wanted to really get myself used to that, but got bored. I started working out till failure. I mean, hey, as long as you don't hurt yourself and don't push yourself too often. I don't know enough about working out. How's your commute? I'm still working on that license, so my dad drives me. It takes us about like 20 to 30 minutes, and then my dad drops me off on his way to work, which does make his commute longer, but I love it, appreciate him. With if traffic is bad, it's like 40 minutes, but usually it's like around 30. Love you, Dad. He's very kind. But yeah, gotta start going back to the gym again. Gotta get back into it. Because I was going to the gym pretty well, and then April I got sick. I was sick most of April, and now I had the first week of work. First week, all done. We're getting adjusted slowly, and then I want to go to the gym at least once or twice next week. Probably not 3 times. Probably not all 3 times, but the goal would be to go to the gym like twice and stream at least once during the week and see how we like that. That might not happen. It's like kind of optimistic. I would like to do something after work at least once, right? So we'll see. And we'll have to see what because I used to go to the gym at like 1 o'clock. 1 p.m, 11:30 a.m. Like, I used to go to the gym between like 11 a.m. and like 2 p.m, anywhere in between that time. And so like no one was there. But now that it's going to be like after work, I feel like it's going to be more crowded. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm pretty sure my company also has a gym, but my mom was like, no, you need to work out with me. We need to work out together. And I was like, okay, Mom. Maybe one day when I start like driving to work, I can go early and like, no, but I hate working out before doing anything because if I'm sweaty, then that sucks. I don't want to sweat before work, and I don't want to shower at work. I don't know if work gyms have showers. Maybe like 1 shower, but I don't want to have wet hair. And then so then I'd probably work out either lunch break or after work. And I like my lunch break. I like spending my lunch break eating and talking. I usually like talk with my coworkers, which is really nice. They're very friendly. They include me in their conversations. They all have like they're all like a little unhinged. It's very fun. I was about to say something. Oh, yeah. I can exercise. What easy way to exercise? My cubicle. So the lab I work in, and most of my coworkers are on the 4th floor. But because I'm new, they ran out of room on the 4th floor. So I'm on the 6th floor. And one of the elevators is busted, so we have one working elevator, so it takes forever to use the elevators. So if it's between the 4th floor and the 6th floor, I've just been walking those 2 floors, just like 4 flights of stairs. It's not that bad. But maybe I'll start walking all the way up to the 6th floor, except I think I'll die. So I'm like slightly out of breath walking 2 floors, but I want to build up to be able to walk all the way up to 6 foot. I ran down today because I was waiting for I was gonna go to work, gonna go to lunch with my coworkers, and they were waiting for me on the ground floor, and I was waiting for the elevator, and it just wouldn't come, and I was like, fuck it. So I just ran down the stairs all the way from the 6th, because the 6th floor is the top floor. Ugh, that's some exercise for you? Yeah. So I can get my steps in. TBH, if you consistently do that for a month at least, I'm sure you'll notice a difference in your stamina. Yeah! Maybe tomorrow's Saturday. Maybe on Monday I'll try walking up the stairs from the ground floor to the 6th floor, like at least once. And if I don't have any work to do, I just start walking up and down the stairs. To work out. No, there's gonna be something for me to do. I gotta be at my desk, or either at my desk or in the lab. No, I'm not gonna have time for a while because I have like a bajillion different online trainings. Oh my god, Steam finally launched. Then when those are easy, do high knees up the stairs. Oh my god, that would take a while to build up my stamina that much, I think. Oh, but if it really does take them forever to fix the elevators, which I think it will, because it's from what I heard from my coworkers, the elevator's been busted for a while. But if I can build myself up, I can just like run up the stairs so easily. I can already tell that my stamina is gonna be so good. Swole tiger by the end of the year, bet. I don't want to be swole. I don't want to be swole. I just want to be like more in shape. I don't really lift or anything. I don't particularly want to be swole. I just want to have better lung capacity. I just want to be able to like run without getting winded so easily. That's my main. Nikeno, you're fucked up. I'm pretty sure I have the push-ups and crunches turned off still though. So ha, I'll turn them on eventually. I just don't want to. The main issue with the push-ups and the crunches is that I don't like getting on the floor. Oh, that was crazy. Me standing up, it looked like I was floating in the air. Hang on, let me do my squats. Oh, my knee. 1. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. That was nice, actually. But yeah, I hope you've all been well. Had a good week. Guess what? End of April. Last weekend was Easter. I streamed on Easter. Hope y'all had a good Easter. Anyway, Easter was 420, which is very fun. April's almost over, which is crazy. We're getting close to the halfway point on the year. Isn't that wild? It's so wild to me. But yeah, we're getting done with April. It's finally feeling like spring now here. It's like consistently it's consistently pretty warm, which is nice. Because like early April was like really back and forth. The weather was very unpredictable. But it's finally starting to like level out and feel warm. School year is so close to being over. It is. I hate summer. Not looking forward to that. Yeah, same. Thankfully, I spend almost all of my days indoors. Hey, at least I no longer have to walk to work. My old commute. Actually, if I think about it, hang on. I never thought of it this way, but back in the city, my commute was like not that much shorter because I had to walk 20 minutes to get to work. Sometimes longer, depending on how fast I walked. If I kept a good pace, I could usually do it in 20 minutes. And if I didn't like hit any red lights or like get unlucky with the traffic lights. But yeah. It's hot. Kids are out of school. Tourist season in my area. My workplace gets insane during that time. Oh no. I hope you don't have to deal with too much craziness. But yeah, it does. It do be like that. Tourist season. Oh, I wish you the best. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be normal and great. Yeah. I did hear it's supposed to get busier at my work in a few months. Just because of the way the projects are laid out. But for now, I'm just training. It's pretty chill, which is good. I'm very glad. I don't know. I've just like with the heat, it was worse when I was it was worse when I was in the city because I had to walk everywhere. And I work in a lab, so you can't wear shorts in lab. And I guess theoretically I could wear shorts and then change at lab, but I've never liked doing that. I never really bothered, so I would just wear long pants all year round. So this was in the summer in the city, walking 20-25 minutes in long pants. So anything's better than that, actually, when I think about it. Yeah, I never thought about it like that. I guess I just never considered it a commute because I was walking, but it is a commute. And it took, like, it's not an insignificant amount of time, right? Like a 20-minute walk is it's kind of far. But having a car would be too much a pain in the ass, even if I did have a license. I refuse to drive in cities. That's my hard line. I'm learning to drive against my will, but I refuse to drive in cities. I will stay in the suburbs, baby. I live in Missouri. Tourists pass through here to get to better places. Yeah, same with where I live. We're on the way to a couple places, and there's some beaches like south of here. There's some nice beaches south of here, but like nothing too crazy. There's like there's not much going on around where I live, which is nice. It's nice in some ways and boring in other ways. It's going to be mosquito season soon. That is true. Not looking forward to that. But again, I don't go outside much. I honestly don't get bit by mosquitoes that much anymore. I feel like, I don't know, I guess I just don't taste good to them anymore. Which is a win, but also what happened? Why? I feel like everyone else in my family gets bit way more than me. Which is nice. I'm not gonna complain. I wish that was me. I'm a mosquito magnet. Oh no. I guess you just have to pray that someday someone else in your vicinity will become more of a magnet than you or something. Most exciting place I visited was Illinois. That's how boring Missouri is. I mean, depends where in Illinois. I mean, you could go to Chicago. That's pretty exciting. I loved Chicago when I visited. The aquarium in Chicago is very nice, but I'm assuming from the way you said that, it wasn't Chicago, it was like somewhere else in Illinois. Yeah, Midwest is kind of like that from what I've heard. I like being on the East Coast just because of, I don't know, I feel like it's easy to get places, you know? You can take Amtrak, you can take the train. So like I could take the train to New York. It would be kind of a pain in the ass, but I could take a train from my town to New York City. Not one train. I'd have to do some transferring, and it would probably be like a little too expensive for how annoying of a trip it would be and how long it would take. But it would be doable. Went to an animal auction, like farm animals. That's so cool. I'd love to go to like an animal auction someday just to check it out. I really want to go to like a Texas rodeo someday just to check it out, see the vibes. Say that I've been. Have I visited? Where was it? Did I visit Dallas? I want to say hang on, I'm googling this. There was like a conference thingy I went to. I went 4 times. That would be Philly, DC, Detroit, and then Dallas, I think. What year was that? What year was Dallas? Okay, yeah. I did go. I have been to Texas. That I remember. Because I went to Texas when I was like a baby. My parents took us to Texas when I was a baby. But I don't remember that, duh. But I did go to Dallas. But I was there for a conference, so I didn't really explore the city or anything like that. Stood too close to the fence. Cow licked my face. Aw, might consider buying a chicken if egg prices keep rising. Hell yeah. I love chickens. Chickens are really cute to me. And eggs are so great. I love eggs. Did you hear about they're making changes to like they're lowering the standards for like milk I guess inspections. They're disgusting. Yeah, Twitch held that for bullying, and I agree. Chickens? All animals are disgusting. First of all, so that doesn't count. All animals are disgusting. So what are we doing here? But yeah, they don't have the staff for checking it yet, right? Yeah, that's what I heard. So I guess I'm avoiding milk for a while. That's scary. Like, that is literally an animal's bodily fluids, and if we're not even inspecting that closely, then I guess we're just gonna... I mean, maybe if you're just buying from trusted brands, but even then, I don't know. Things fall through the cracks so easily without inspections. Like, it's so easy to let things, like, not even maliciously, just like letting things just fall through the cracks. Whether by mistake or on purpose. Like, if you've worked in any sort of like if you've worked in any sort of setting where you have to hold yourself to a standard, you know what happens if no one's keeping you accountable. Like, you have the best of intentions, but you have the best of intentions, but things are gonna start falling through the cracks because either you got busy and you're like, oh, it's fine, or you forget, or like you decide to take a shortcut and you're like, oh, this should be fine, but it's not actually fine. Like, shit happens. We're not machines. A store near me was selling milk way past expiration. Ugh. Yeah. Could you do the thing where you could take it up to the... Don't some stores have it where if you find something expired, you take it up to the register and they give you money? Not money, they give you like a discount or something. Or is that just the big chain? I think, was it Walmart that did something like that? I don't know. I know some of the grocery chains do stuff like that. Like if you find something that's expired, they give you a reward, and I guess they take the worker out back and shoot him. I shouldn't say that on Twitch. Anyway, this shit piles up faster than you think. Even 1 or 2 chickens can kill a whole pen and can fill a whole pen in the smell. Yeah. Yeah, birds shit a lot. Birds shit a lot. But I only read about it from this neighborhood community site. They posted photos. I see. Dang. So that's why only the self-checkouts are open? Yeah. The workers keep putting out expired stuff because that's what the managers give them, and then instead of taking accountability, the managers kill the workers. That's how it works. Your manager tells you to do something fucked up and you do it, and if you don't do it, you die, and if you do it, you die. The only way I talk to neighbors in my town is through that site. LOL, that's so funny. Oh, and a little sad, the state of current society, but also you're so valid for that, because I don't think I've ever talked to my neighbors. Well, I know my neighbors, I roughly know my neighbors in like this neighborhood because I literally grew up here. I've known these people forever. The neighbors on my left side, they've been here forever. I've known them. Like, I knew, it's so bizarre because when I was going away to college, they were like middle schoolers, elementary schoolers, and now that I'm back here again, they're like college students. It's crazy. I just don't like dealing with people in person. That's so valid, honestly. I'm trying to be a little more social. I'm being social with my coworkers, but that's also just because they're like, I don't know, we get along well. I don't have to force myself to get along with them, which is really nice. They're all very chill. I think, like, not to be political, but even politically, like sometimes you have the vibe where you have to like kind of be careful because you never know when someone's gonna say something fucked up, you know, that vibe. Don't get that vibe from any of them. I have to do it at work pretty often, especially in my position, so it's draining. That's completely understandable. Yeah. But no, the people I work with, it was, what was it, earlier today? One of my coworkers is going to see Sinners tonight. She's going on a date. She's going on a date to see Sinners tonight with someone. And we started talking about vampires, and we started talking about superstitions, and I was like, oh, someone I know wanted to play with a Ouija board on Halloween. Who guesses who that was? Idiot. And then I was like, he wasn't even white, he was Viet. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And then we were talking about like how like white people's superstitions are kind of different from like non-white superstitions. I feel like white people are they have less superstitions that have to do with like spirits and shit, you know? Or like at least American white people. I'm sure I'm sure there's all kinds of crazy shit going on in Europe. Much love, y'all, but I gotta bounce. Love you, June. Glad work is going well. Yeah, have a good Friday, Andy. Thank you so much for dropping by. It was so good to see you. Yay! And if I don't see you for the rest of the weekend, have a good weekend. But it was just so fun how we could like make those jokes and stuff, you know? No one is like overly serious. We don't have to like be on tiptoes or be like, I don't have to be overly formal with anyone, which is nice. It's chill. Mexican culture has quite a few superstitions. Yeah, it does. I know. Korean culture is also quite superstitious. Korean people are very superstitious. That's why when I say like I'm superstitious, it's like I can't help it. I'm Korean. I grew up with superstitions, like the big ones. I mean, the infamous one is fan death. I don't know if that's a superstition as much as it's like an urban legend. Fan death. That if you like leave a fan on in a room over while you're sleeping, you'll like die or something. I feel like that's more of an urban legend than a superstition. But the big superstitions for Korean people are like, you can't write your name in red because that means you're gonna die young. You can't sleep facing the north or else you're gonna die young. You can't stick your chopstick straight down into your rice, you're gonna die young. Have you noticed a pattern? And if you whistle at night outside, you're gonna attract ghosts and like goblins. Those are the big ones. Those are the big ones that my parents enforced, at least. There's probably a ton more, but those were the ones that like I got in trouble for when I was a kid. Like one time for like a permission slip or something, I brought my dad over a red pen to sign the permission slip, and he looked at me like I like attempted to murder him or something. He was like so appalled. It was actually really funny in hindsight. Well, I'm fucked by those standards. Yeah. Good luck out there. No, it's just so funny. But it's like because of those superstitions, I'm like, I don't do those things. I can't do it. It's so funny. Hop back. But yeah, and then I think like a lot of I don't know, a lot of different cultures in general, like Asian cultures, Latin cultures, but like we just don't fuck with spirits. Like you just don't do it, you know? You just don't fuck with, you don't play around with Ouija board, you don't try to hunt ghosts. I don't know. I'm not 100%. I mean, yeah, like I'm a person of science. I don't necessarily believe in ghosts fully, but I guess like I kind of want to believe in ghosts and like cryptids and stuff like that, spirits. It was so funny actually because like all my coworkers are scientists too, but like they all believe in spirits too. Very funny. You would not expect that, right? From like a room full of scientists, but all of us were like, fuck those ghosts. I would never use a Ouija board. Even though we're all scientists, like multiple of us have like master's degrees. But you can't help it when you're raised with the superstitions. You can't help it. It goes deeper than the logic brain. I think any of my tias would smack me upside the head if they found out I messed with that stuff. I feel like if I don't know how my dad would react, but I think if my mom found out I played with like a Ouija board, especially if it was like in her house, I feel like she'd be so disappointed in me. She'd be so disappointed in me. I feel like that's the biggest thing for the parents, right? It's like, you bring spirits into my house? Man, I feel like with a lot of people are like, yeah, you get spirit, you can get spirits accidentally. Why would you try to get spirits on purpose? I would switch to something else. Maybe I'll just keep stream to like an hour. Maybe I'll just keep stream to like an hour. Because I do want to stream longer tomorrow. That would I'll just keep stream for like an hour. And then just have it be just yapping vibes, maybe. And then tomorrow we can do the long stream. Oh my god, we never got around to doing the March K-pop catch-up, and it's almost the end of April. I'm cooked! I might have to do both at once. It might end up working out that way. Maybe sometime next week I'll try to do the K-pop catch-up stream. And it'll probably have to be a long one, because I do want to... But it can't be a long one. Because it'll be during the week. Or when is it? May 1st is Thursday. Maybe if I do more planning ahead of time, then I don't have to like search up the songs where I'm not 100% sure if they have a music video or something. I can just like look them up ahead of time and make a playlist for myself even. That might be the move. Yeah. Planning and could split it into a couple streams. That too. I could make it into like 2 streams. 2 streams would probably be enough. Excuse me. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even yap about VTuber news. So much is happening. So much has happened with VTubing stuff. So much happened while I wasn't streaming. From the Gargura graduation announcement, which was crazy. That actually did take me by surprise. I know a lot of people were like, oh, but Gura was like never streaming. But like, I feel like that's the exact reason why I was so surprised Gura decided to graduate. Because management was never gonna like make her leave in any way. But she decided to leave anyway. The graduation took me by surprise too. Yeah. Because she could make a good amount of money without having to put in that much effort, right? Like, just objectively speaking. But she decided to leave. I feel like a lot of people who are like weirded out by it, I feel like there's a bit of envy to it, which, like, you know, that's inevitable. Like she just has to stream like a few times every couple of months and she makes a lot of money. And also like recording and then of course recording and idol stuff like that. But people don't think about that, right? I feel like people underestimate how much effort, like, not to talk shit. It's fine. He probably won't see this. But I did know someone who was a mod for a really big VTuber and was like very convinced that like VTubing was super easy, right? That like big content creators have it really easy. And is it better than doing hard labor down in the mines? Duh, it's easier than doing hard labor down in the mines. But unpopular opinion, I feel like VTubing, like being a big content creator, if you're putting in effort, it is kind of harder than it is kind of more work than like a lot of office jobs, like desk jobs. Because I don't know, I'd say being a full-time content creator would be harder than my job currently, like, frankly. In my opinion, I think not that I've done it, but I feel like being a full-time like large content creator. Oh, so I'm nothing to you, I see. No, I don't worry about it. I'm talking about someone else. Who was like someone who they were like quite bitter, and the way they said it, it was like, oh, the VTuber makes so much money and all they have to do is play video games for a couple hours. I was talking about office jobs, LMAO. I mean, like, for a lot of us, it's not that hard. We just kind of do what we're told, right? But with content creation, like, if you're putting in the effort, it's a lot of, you gotta be like a project manager, right? You gotta talk to a bunch of different people and make sure they're doing their jobs. Like even if you have like assistants and managers, you still need to stay off. You need to stay on top of that shit or you will get scammed, like all the VTubers that end up getting scammed. Like Bao has gotten scammed so much, I don't think she has a manager anymore. Like she does like a lot of shit herself. And I can see that if you're the average worker bee, but that's not my position. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the office job, right? Like, but like I said, for my job, I would say being full-time, but then again, I like research. I find it not that hard to me, so, you know, probably different people find different things difficult, but I feel like people underestimate how insane trying to be a full-time large content creator is. Like how many projects you have to have going on at once, how much money you have to put into it, and how much stress it is. I feel like that's the worst part. It's just how much stress. People suck. And again, the worst part of it is people having to deal with other streamers or having to deal with other content creators in general, having to deal with fans, having to deal with antis. I feel like that's the worst part. Having to deal with managers trying to scam you or like merch companies trying to scam you. Let me snooze. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh, Gura, I think. But yeah, I feel like, especially with Gura, she had like a ton of pressure on her. Also, there are so many toxic content creators in VTubing too. There are! Oh my god. And then like this constant stress of like, what if your friend gets canceled? What if you get canceled? And right now in VTubing, I don't want to get into it because I feel like I'd never stop. But I don't know if you've seen the timeline recently, but everyone's fighting and it's kind of insane. Yeah, I don't know. I feel there was a lot of toxicity recently. I feel like the VTubing community, quote unquote, the VTubing community as we've known it is, we're kind of reaching a breaking point, and there's a lot of different factors to it. But part of it was that like 4chan was down for so long. Not even that long. It was like 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. But I don't know. I feel like we're coming at like a bit of a break point in VTubing culture. I don't know if there's anything specific recently because I see people fight about something new every day. I mean, the big one, I mean, there's a very big conflict going on right now that I do think could lead to, I don't know, not as, there's something, it feels like something brewing. I don't know. But, I feel like a lot of things are being brought to light about the VTubing community that a lot of people kind of chosen not to think about. Specifically, like how, like the subculture. I don't remember. The part of the fandom that's kind of more 4chan oriented is, I feel like it's kind of being dragged into the light in a way that they probably don't like. It's about a very specific creator. If you haven't seen it, then don't worry about it. Don't look it up. Don't think about it. I wish that were me. I wish that were me, but there's a very specific creator controversy going on, that has to do with a sponsorship. I don't know if that's a clue, but don't go looking it up. Just DM me the name and I can do my own research. Oh, okay. Then I think you've, I guess I'll just gamer subs. Then you've probably seen it on your timeline. You've probably seen it on your timeline. I feel like a lot of people have been talking about it, and it's been crazy. The gamer sub situation. As soon as you said sponsorship, it clicked. Yeah. I was like, I don't know. It's been all over my timeline, but again, with Twitter, it's so weird. I feel like everyone sees different things. But yeah, that situation, I'm like, honestly, it's insanity, but also I'm kind of curious to see how things pan out. Like, I don't know. I'm very curious to see how things pan out with her and all of that. I will say, I'm not a fan of her. Even before she really dove deep into politics, she was always kind of political, I feel like, from when I first heard of her, but she really dove into politics like kind of recently. I want to say within the past year, but even before then, I wasn't really like, she's not the kind of person for me. There were some dog whistles there, which isn't even, I don't know, they could have been edgy jokes, but I'm not a big fan. And I don't know, she's just not the type of personality I want to watch, and I don't like her voice. And that's a big one for me. I need to like someone's voice if I want to be able to watch their streams. But yeah, I guess I can DM it to you if you really want to know, but you've probably seen, but I don't know. I'm kind of watching that situation just to, I don't know. It does kind of suck because it does kind of just make it is kind of embarrassing to be a VTuber fan right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit embarrassing to be it's kind of always a little bit embarrassing to be a VTuber fan, but it's we shall see. We shall see. It's fascinating to watch go down on Twitter. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, you can send me the name. You don't have to elaborate. Yeah. Hi, Junichi. Hello, Diane. I hope you're doing well. It's nice to see you. It's been a bit. I hope you're having a good weekend. Friday, Saturday, wherever you are. Happy time zone. Okay. I have a little bit of a headache. And I'm getting a little tired. Man, this is what it's like to be... I'm getting tired and it's not even 10 p.m. on a Friday. I'm getting old. I'm getting old. This is what it's like to be a real adult. Actually, the headache might be because my jaw has been kind of bothering me. Do you ever get that thing where you kind of like open your jaw too wide and like pops a little bit and then it just starts hurting? If you don't tell me I need to go to the doctor. I'm fine. Surely. Combine that with hitting your 30s, just wait. Ugh, I know. 25 is definitely a wall in terms of like ability to recover, especially because I danced, so I feel like I'm aging faster. My body is aging faster because I danced for so long, and I just did a number on my joints. If you dance or exercise, be sure to stretch. It'll come back to bite you. But ugh, once I hit 30, I can imagine I'm gonna sound like bubble wrap every time I like stand up and sit down. So that will do it. Yeah, I'm starting to stretch every day, and it's helping a lot actually. Stretching and core exercises is what I need to focus on, and I feel like that'll help me so much in general. Because I've started to get a little bit of lower back pain sometimes, but I started doing some more core exercises, and that definitely helped. Yeah. But at minimum, I feel like everyone should do stretches and core exercises. At minimum. If you do nothing else, I feel like those are the two that will help the aches and pains. But that's just me. Oh, my shoulder just cracked. Okay. I'm Ippy. I'm old and Ippy. and I'm excited to sleep in a little bit tomorrow. Although not too much. I don't want to sleep in too much because that'll fuck me up. But I'm gonna turn into a morning person. Ugh, I hate that. Okay, thank you so much for hanging out with me as I yapped for an hour straight. That's kind of crazy. I love yapping. My tea. It's cold. Okay. I'll see y'all tomorrow for Star Rail. Let's see if we can get a good chunk of the story done. We'll have to see. It's gonna take me 3 months to get through this. Am I gonna be able to get it done in time for the next patch? That's my goal, is to get it done in time for the next patch. Okay. I'm out of here. Bye bye. I will see you all tomorrow. Do I want to raid? Hang on. Let's see if I think I saw Semi live actually. So we might raid Semi. If Semi's still live, we're just gonna raid Semi. Okay. Take care. Bye bye. Bye bye. Have a good night. Have a good night. If Semi's live, we'll raid, and if not, we're just gonna go. I'm pretty sure Semi's still live. Semi had like just started when I started streaming. Shemi. Why not search? Shemi. Yay! They live. Okay, what are they playing? Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Ooh, I've never heard of this game. I appreciate Semi's always checking out games that I'm like, I don't see other people play, or that like I've never even heard of, which I think is really cool. Okay. Go bother Semi. I hope have good night. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate y'all dearly, and I hopefully will be streaming more regularly from now on. I am a working cat with job. We live in a society. Cat need job to survive. Okay, I'm out of here. Bye.